An interesting discovery in the midst of the Ashley Madison hack. Thousands of email addresses that hackers stole from the cheating site belong to government and military officials. CBS News contributor and editor of the New Yorker website, Nicholas Thompson, is here. Nick, thanks for being with us.
Sure.
This hack has exposed just how vulnerable the internet is because of how it was built. Explain that.
So the internet was initially built to withstand a nuclear attack built by DARPA. It was designed to have lots of nodes and everything was dispersed. The way information travels across the internet uses this technology called packet switching, where information is broken apart and then reassembled. But over time, all of these hubs have been built up where all of our data is stored. Information is power. Companies collect this information and they keep it, even sometimes when they say they delete it. So there are all of these places that have massive, massive troves of information that are thus vulnerable to hacks. Ashley Madison, it turned out to be one particularly damaging one because even the fact that your information is there is damaging to you. So this is a devastating hack for a lot of people.
So do you think at this point it's possible to go back?
No, I don't think there's a way to go back. I think that the amount of efficiency that we gain by having information stored in single places, what we do need to do is we do need to have a lot more protection. Like if you look at the Ashley Madison hack, at least the credit card information is hashed, is broken apart. So you can't get people's actual credit card numbers. There have been protections to protect that. You need to do that with a lot more data and just assume that someone is going to try to get into it, whether it's an external hacker or whether it's a disgruntled internal employee.
We know that at least 13,000 government and military email accounts have been leaked. Did that news surprise you at all?
That did. That was a very high number. I guess it doesn't surprise me too much. I mean, people are unhappy in their marriages in every walk of life. A lot of people work in the government. A lot of people work in the military. I don't know what the percentages are, but you would think that they'd be a little more canny. Now, of course, some of those addresses are probably spoofs. Some of them are probably people trying to get back at other people registering accounts, but a lot of them are probably real, and it shows something not so great.
Yeah, not sure about the judgment there.
Right.
What are some of the real-world consequences beyond the obvious here for people who might have their names exposed?
Well, I mean, the biggest real-world consequences is marriages that will now be on the rocks. But there are, when this happened, there's a little bit of, subtle glee from people like Ashley Madison, evil website. Infidelity is a big enough a problem. You shouldn't have a website that makes it easier. And part of that I felt too, right? Like the world is better if there isn't an Ashley Madison website making it easier to destroy families. But there are real consequences to what's happened. So the most painful one, and this isn't verified, but it certainly seems plausible, is somebody who said, hey, look, I'm from Saudi Arabia, where their homosexuality is punished with the death penalty. And I was in America, and I registered for an Ashley Madison account to meet other men, because it seemed like the most secret, most secure way that I could actually meet other men. Now I'm back in Saudi Arabia, and my information is leaked. I have to flee. Right? So that's a serious consequence where if this story is true, somebody could get killed for doing something that's fine, right? They needed to meet other men in America and wanted to do it privately. That's okay. So this is a terrible, terrible hack for a lot of people. And I think we're going to hear a lot more stories like that and see just how damaging and just how devastating this is to people's lives.
We should tell people that was a story that emerged on Reddit and got a lot of responses from people.
Got a lot of responses.
So, I mean, the solution here, Nick, what realistically can people do nowadays?
Well, I think people should be very wary about where their information is stored and try to have your information stored in as few places as possible.Use secure passwords, delete your accounts when you leave places, be prepared for your information to come out, and just be constantly aware that there is a chance that wherever you put your information, it may get hacked.